In the shadow of this granite column, dignitaries have laid wreaths, bands have played marches, and Indigenous drummers and singers have performed ceremonies on the very spot where hundreds of men once signed up for World War I.
In 1914, there was a courthouse here, and there were tables set up, and hundreds of young Vancouver men volunteered to go overseas and fight in the First World War, and many of them did not come back.
Built in 1924, the monument at the corner of Hastings and Cambie Streets has seen generations honor those who have served in the Canadian military.
There were very, very few families in Vancouver, in Canada, who were not one way or another directly affected by the loss, by the maiming, by the shell shock.
For many, this cenotaph represents the diverse contributions that have shaped Canada's history. But it hasn't always been that way. For decades, people of color were excluded from laying wreaths at cenotaphs.
When they came back, they lost their status as Indigenous people. When they came back, they weren't eligible for benefits that every other veteran was, housing, education.
Métis Navy veteran Tom Adams says he's glad to see the contributions of Indigenous veterans and the obstacles they faced finally gain recognition. He feels the cenotaph represents that long-awaited acknowledgement.
It signifies that we're finally being recognized as veterans in this country, and that we are being honored for what we have done for our country.
Over the years, the faces of those who have taken part in ceremonies at the pillar have changed. Veterans of older wars are no longer there. Younger veterans stand in their places.
It's extremely important that people think beyond their immediate lives and just think about the world that created the war, that caused this incredible cenotaph, and to just pause.
This year, the cenotaph will watch over its 100th Remembrance Day.